Hi, today we have
Kenwood's new KMR M315BT marine radio. Check it out. Alright, so we have the new Mechaless marine radio, brand new in from Kenwood. Let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? You excited?
Yes.
Are you?
No. Bluetooth mic.
Why, I don't know, because it's a boat, but they still give you the Bluetooth mic.
The power plug. The owner's manual. And what is this?
Yeah, it's an amendment.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Alright. Oh, warranty card. Alright, this guy is Mechaless, which means it's a short chassis, coming in at just under 4 inches. So let's take a look at the back and see what she has. Alright, so we have 6-channel 2.5 volt preamp output, and we have rear, front, and subwoofer. We have the standard antenna input, we have your Sirius XM input, we have the input for the Bluetooth microphone, as well as the power plug. And this guy up here is for the external remote control, which is the KCA RC55MR. Now, something new this year is the ability to use both remotes. Pull those guys out. Kenwood actually makes 2 remotes. They make this guy right here, which is the RC35MR, and of course the 55 we just talked about. The difference between the two is this one here is going to plug in via DIN cable, and this one here, hand me the harness please, is going to hook up via the harness to this blue-yellow wire. So there's substantial price difference between the two, so if you're looking to do a external remote control on the rear of the boat or whatnot, you know, choose wisely as far as which ones you need. Now if you do go with this one here, you're going to need an extension because it only comes with a pigtail. Alright, let's power this thing up and take a look at the front. So now it's powered up, let's talk about the face of the radio a little bit. First thing we'll talk about is it is a detachable face. So this guy here does come off. The other thing is it is multi-language this year. It will do English and Spanish. So once you get in there, it's going to ask you English or Spanish. You can pick whichever one you want. Then hit enter. It's going to go into standby. Now it also has variable illumination. It has a 13-digit display along with a half little tiny display here. On the face is going to give you the USB input as well as the auxiliary input. This does not have a CD player because it is Mechaless. You also have your answer button here. Now a couple things just about the unit in general is it has 50 watts by 4.
Okay.
It is conformal coated. You know what that means, right?
No.
Really? You're joking. Conformal coating, for those of you that don't know, is an epoxy that they put over the board so that it keeps the moisture out as well as keeps all the little electronics firmly implanted on the board so that when you're going, you know, it doesn't rattle the radio to pieces. Another new feature this year is memory backup.
Memory backup.
That's right.
Wow.
The unit will remember all your settings. So once you put it in the boat and you go ahead and turn on your crossover and your EQ and all that fun stuff, put your FM presets on, when you get done and you turn the power off and you know it erases everything and you come back and you got to do all that stuff again, you don't have to do that anymore. It will remember all those cool settings. So all you got to do is drop the boat in the water, take off, and be sounding good.
Awesome.
That is a big feature. That is really cool. So let's talk about sources. What can we do with this thing?
Yes.
Let's go to the face. So SRC is source, so we'll hit this guy right here. First thing that's going to come up is the tuner. Now, as we stated before, it will remember the preset, so you can go ahead and store a preset, disconnect power, come back, and it'll be right where you left it. It also has 24 FM presets and 6 AM presets. And it has an RBDS tuner, so it's going to display cool things on the face, such as radio text, title, frequency, and the station name. It also is capable of Sirius XM, like we said. Now, the nice thing about the Sirius XM is you either need the SVX 100, 200, or the new 300 tuner. This will work with all of them. The auxiliary input is right there, so you can plug an 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch, or headphone jack to headphone jack, whatever you want to call it, into that, and good to go. And then your USB. USB this year has been improved a little bit. You get FLAC audio playback as well as MP3, WAVE, AAC, and WMA. You also are going to be able to control your iPhone's Pandora or iHeartRadio. You can also control iPhone and Android music that is stored on the phone.
This one has like dual phone.
This one does have dual phone, and coincidentally enough, that's what we were getting to. If you'll notice on the display right here, it shows these two little pictures of a phone. That's so that you can do dual phone connectivity. So, if for some reason while you're out on the water you have two phones paired for either making a call or listening to music, now you can have two phones. So if one guy on the boat has a great Pandora library and the other one has just cool music on, you don't have to unpair. You can just switch easily from the face of the radio to the secondary phone. Now, since we're talking about dual phone, we might as well just continue to talk about Bluetooth. This uses the aptX circuit, which is a cool little icon on the face of the radio. aptX is a superior Bluetooth chip for premium Bluetooth sound quality. Believe it or not, they make multiple Bluetooth chips for different quality. aptX is the leader. Now, since we didn't mention the USB with Pandora and iHeart for Android, that is because it is controlled over
USB.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
So, you can control your Pandora and iHeart radio stations and collections of music for Android phones over the over Bluetooth. So you got me saying it now. As well as it has Siri Eyes Free for voice dialing, as well as the generic version of it for Android. You just press and hold the button for 3 seconds, and it'll go ahead and launch that. I don't foresee you needing that on a boat, but it's got it. As well as it will do wireless music playback for iPhones. So that's that. Now, since we talked about this cool memory backup built into it, one nice thing about this radio is it has a great EQ sound pack built into it. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So come and hold this button here. It's going to come up function, audio control. You have subwoofer level control. You have manual EQ. Now, new this year, 13 bands of equalization. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the nice thing is in the owner's manual, they do list what each frequency is. Hit enter. You can adjust the level. Now, for those of you that are going 13 bands, oh my god, no problem. They also have preset EQs. And they have 8 preset EQs. So you have the user, you have natural, rock, pop, easy, top 40, jazz, powerful, user. Now the nice thing, the other thing you have to remember too is these use source tone adjust, so you can have a different EQ setting for each source. You have bass boost, loudness, 2-step loudness control for lower volumes, subwoofer set. This is the ability to turn on and off the subwoofer, so if it's just too much you can go in and turn the subwoofer off. Fader, balance, volume offset. Volume offset is used for some phones over Bluetooth don't put out a really hot signal. You can go in and turn up the input sensitivity on the radio so that it compensates for that. It's a really nice feature. Some Android phones have really low output. Sound effect, sound realizer, sound stage EQ, drive. Okay, now what these are for is compressed media. They go ahead and help it sound a little better. So when you're playing that iHeartRadio or Pandora, you can go in and turn these things on and make it sound a little nicer. Speaker size. Speaker size is an easy way to set up for crossover. You can go in and tell it what size speaker you put in your boat, and it'll give you a generic crossover setting for it. You can go and pretty much pick any size you want. Now, for those of you that know the right crossover, you can come in and you can go to crossover. And you have front, rear, and sub crossover built in. That takes us back to subwoofer level. So one other thing these radios give the ability to do is turn off features such as Pandora, iHeartRadio if you don't want them on. So you don't have to see them appear in your source menu. Rock on, right?
Yes.
Alright, well, that brings us to an end. It's a nice, cool, yeah, that's the coolest radio on the boat so far. Alright, go ahead and let's wrap this up.
So thank you for watching. You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
And as usual, have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Bye.